Okay, so piece of wood planed and sanded. I can do some finishing hand sanding afterwards, but yeah, I think it's quite a nice piece. I specifically asked for this the two-tone wood because I love that, the sapwood. So yeah, anyway, so I'm going to mark out the back of the piece, the back piece of the birdhouse. So this one, and then what I'll do, I'll leave the front and the base attached for the time being, so I can work out the detail on the top of the front bit. I think that'll be easier with having it something to grab on, because it's quite a stubby chunk. It's a good wrestling name. Quite a stubby bit to grab onto, so I can saw this radius off a bit easier. So yeah, I'll chop the back bit off, and then I'll get that finished, I think, and then I'll work on this radius at the front, and then I can chop that off more easily afterwards. I've just ordered a drum sander that should be coming tomorrow, just to clean up this radius part. Okay, so yeah, the back bit's pretty simple again. I've just got to put these radiuses on the corner. I messed up a bit on the sawing, but that's okay because the radius will take that out. Okay, so 200mm, please, of that. We go from here. Try and mark from the sapwood. I'll go in a little bit just so it's definitely gone. I will say from there. Okay, and squish a line down, something like that. Okay, let's get set up for chopping. Yeah, good shot like that. I'll do you a shot this way this time. Okay. Okay, one back bit. They won't see it very well, but that'll sit on the back like this, and then the front will be up like this. So hopefully the grain sort of matches, but you probably won't see much of that. But you know, who's counting? So I wanted to do it out of one piece for that reason. So like the width of the pieces are all the same, so it matches up quite nicely. These are all techniques I've learned from doing the book house or the book houses. They should come in useful. Right, yeah, let's figure out getting a mark on here. I'll use the sander to get that in position. Sorry, get the radiuses on. And I'll clean up this face and this face as well, so it's like perfectly flat and sits nicely. Okay, marking out the back. I think what I'll do first is I'll scribe a line across both ends, so I know that it's the ends are both square, and then I'm going to use the old Ronseal circle scriber to get me a good radius. It's actually exactly the radius that I was planning on doing, or a little bit under. I designed an 80mm radius, 80mm diameter, and the tin's 75, but who's counting? Right. So scribey line. And this way, this is just to make sure everything's square and flat. Take a little couple of mil off with the sander, the belt sander, and get this fella on here. Just like that. You see that? We see this one a bit better. Standard procedure. A little fella on there. So yeah, doing this kind of work, it's a far cry from my my actual job, which is a machinist. I love just throwing precision into the wind. That's something I've learned doing the carpentry. Is it's okay to not be so precise all the time. Feel released from the shackles of precision. But yeah, still creeps in sometimes. That's okay. Okay, I'll get you set up for some sanding action. Similar setup for marking out the front. We're going to use a tin of grinding discs, cut off discs to get the radius. Again, happens to be 120 mil, which is how I've designed it. So yeah, I think I'll just sort of eyeball it again. Where's the drawing? So it's again not super critical. It's just well, that measurement there is 71. But yeah, I think all I'll do is just get it roughly in the centre. There's probably about 10 mil or so sticking over inside, and then I'll just blend everything in nicely. Hopefully that should give enough room for the birdies to get in, and there'll be the peak of the peak of the roof will be like that anyway. So there should be plenty enough room for a birdie to fit in. I'll just draw a bird. Something like that. Yeah. Not to scale, but that will be where the bird enters the domicile. Right then. So marking out, we shall use this. You see everything. So yeah, I think that'll be a nice look to it. Nice grain pattern, and we'll do something like that. Oh no, hang on. I'm getting my radiuses and diameters incorrect. I've got it set to 120 mil radius, so I need something 240 mil. Hang on a sec, let me see what I got. I don't think I've got anything that size. I might have to go fetch my compass. I've got a tin of potted Wait, might do it. Let's use the full one. This might be big enough. Yeah, let's try that. Right, this is a scrap heap challenge marking out here. Let's see if we can get this working. Oh wow, that's the ticket. Let's get that in position. Yeah, baby. Alright, let's get that there. Can you see that? Yeah, pretty much. Let me shift it around a bit. So I'm just using the the base of the paint tin to get it in position. Okay, let's go like that. So that was dark oak Ronseal. If anybody wants to copy that particular radius there. Okay, let's get on to sawing that bit out. Clampy. This might be a double ender, but we'll see. It's quite fun using that coping saw. You have to be careful you don't knock your teeth out though. It's sort of going up and you get really close into it. Let's have a go at this. I'm trying to stay away from the line. I find it's best to go reasonably slowly. What I like doing, actually, I've got this air blower turbo fan thing, and if you put this on the lowest setting, it's good for blowing off the all the sawdust like that. So close. Go from the other direction. Time. Also, I do my hair with this in the morning as well. Very useful piece of kit. So then I can I'll tidy that up on the drum sander. I would like to have a proper drum sander, but again, depends how much you use it as to how expensive. Well, get me words out. I probably wouldn't use it very much, but you know, we'll start with this drum attachment. It's just like a sanding drum that you can put in a drill. So it'll be nice in the pillar drill. And I can just sort of get it level and straight and sanded. Okay, onwards. Then I got a little bit overexcited and ploughed on. Everything's glued up now. Oh, danger. I got into a bit of a flow state with it, but you know, that's okay. You got to do that sometimes. I didn't want to ruin the energy. Most of it was just like similar stuff anyway, you know, refining all the edges and getting everything lined up, and had to shave some off the front here at the sides just so it slotted in decently. But yeah, the only problem is this back bit here. This is my next issue to deal with. I wanted it to be flush on the front, so I just sort of left it poking out the back. So my mission now, I'm just going to sand these down slightly so it's a bit more flush. Should be able to do that easily enough. You may have noticed I've left the lid loose. So the plan with that is I don't want to glue that down. A couple of reasons. One, so we can get inside to clean it out if we need to. If a bird does decide to nest in here. But also, I want to put a fixing screw here. So for like obviously attaching it to a post or a fence post or whatever you want to attach the birdhouse to. But I figured if I leave what I'll do, I'll screw the lid down here, the roof, through these two bits here, so you can take it off and then get easier access to the fixing point. So yeah, that's the plan with that anyway. But I think it's come together all right. I had to sort of glue it together in sections. I did the back first, and then the sides, and then the front in the. I did the front last. Just sort of tweak it to get it in, but yeah, I think it's come out all right. So yeah, I'm going to try and figure this out. I think what I'll do is I'll put some masking tape on here, and then sort of try and protect this surface a little bit. But again, it's going to be at the back anyway, so it's not too much of a trouble. Right, yeah, let's figure that out, and I'll get the set up for sanding. So I'll just put some masking tape, try and protect it, or at least a bit of an early warning system. So it's going to be a bit awkward. You probably won't see any of this, but you'll see my methods. Right then. Warp factor 6, engage. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. As long as it's not like sticking out proud, that should be all right, I reckon. Right, yeah, I think we're ready for... No, next I need to drill these holes. So yeah, let's figure out how we're going to do that. Bit of a tricky one. Right, I'm just going to blast through this bit because I won't get it done. Get the finish on. I'm running out of time. But yeah, I've just had some screws delivered. These are brass screws, so hopefully they definitely won't rust. But yeah, they'll be useful. They will. Nice classic look as well to them with the domed head. Right, so I'm going to speed you up. I'm not going to talk much and just get it all marked out. The plan is to drill some holes and through into the wall area, so it sort of fixes through this direction like this. And the screw should be long enough to do that, just enough anyway to hold it in place. Right, I'm talking really fast, but yeah, let's get to it. What factor 10? Engage. I think that looks okay. It's only essentially to stop the wind blowing it off, and I think that'll be better. But also, it's obviously removable as well. That looks pretty tidy. That's all I wanted to do. So now we can get on with getting some oil on it. Again, I'm going to blast through that as well. I'll do one coat so you can see it, but see me do that. But then, yeah, I'll speed through that anyway. Okay, finishing. I'm going to use tung oil, TUNG, not licky tongue. I haven't really used anything else yet. I don't like the idea of using varnishes and things like that. It kind of gives it like a false coating. Probably better to use outside, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think it'll be okay. It's a 50-50. Start off with a 50-50 mix between the oil and water. Was it water? Yeah, I think it's water, not spirits. So yeah, we'll give it a go. I'm just going to stick with what I know makes it look good versus trying to put some horrible varnish on. I need to do some tests, see what works really. If it doesn't work for the outside stuff, then I'll have a look for something else that might be more suitable. But yeah, we'll go with tung oil to start with. Right. The method I've been using so far is just whack it on with my fingers. But yeah, we'll see. Oh, I need to drill holes actually. Right, give me 2 seconds and I've just got to drill some holes in the bottom for water drainage. Forgot to do that. Seems a bit sacrilege doing this, but right, I'll speed you up quickly just so we can get on with the finishing. I would use my brush, but it's a bit done for. Oh, it's not too bad. I think this had tung oil on before anyway, but yeah, I need to get a set of brushes. Anything else? Could use this one's not too bad. I use this to get in the nooks and crannies. Right, away we go. I don't know if you can see the difference. It's absolutely amazing. What I'll do, I'll post some. I'll put some photographs that I take. I'll take and I'll put them on the screen so you can see the difference. This is like this bit of the projects is like so satisfying when you see the full grain popping out. Yeah, I'll get some wait for some sunlight to show up, and we'll get some good photos. Before and after of this bad boy. You see why I like having the two-tone sapwood. I'll try and get some better photos and post them on the video as well. Absolutely amazing. Right, I'll takes another like a day between coats. You let it soak in and then wipe off the excess and put another one on for as much as you like. So I'll get that done off camera and I'll show you the final result. Oh, there we go then, friends. Birdhouse complete. That was a fun build. I'm definitely going to do some more. Present. Yeah, it's come out really well. That's the final finish. I've used the oil again, as you saw. Brass screws make a nice detail as well. Yeah, fixing all at the back. But yeah, grain's looking great on that. Like, come out really nicely. So yeah, I'm definitely going to make another 2 or 3, I reckon. I think these are going to sit in the top tier of gifts that I make. I can't really sell them. I mean, maybe if some millionaires want a birdhouse making, I could maybe sell one to them. But yeah, I always have this thing of trying to figure out how much to sell something for, and considering the time gone into these, I'll probably have to sell it for like 40 quid just to make like minimum wage, because the material alone was about 20 quid, which is why birdhouses tend to be cheap and crappy. I don't think this is going to last much longer than a normal cheapo one, to be honest. And you know, not many people are going to be willing to pay 40-50 quid for a birdhouse, unless they've got like Mr. bags of money lying around. But yeah, so definitely top tier gifted right there. I think next one I do will be similar design, and I'm going to try and have the wood go like follow it round this way, the grain, instead of this sort of smaller insert bit. I might try and have it going following it all the way round. I think that looked pretty cool as well. But yeah, it'll hide the end grain here, so it'll just be a flat piece. Yeah, I'll try and figure that out. I could just make these bits shorter, and then, you know, have one piece on the front like that. I think that'll look pretty cool. It might be allowing me to do like a different design or something. I'll have it inset a bit more. But yeah, I think there's plenty of space in there for a bird anyway. Depending on who wants to move in. But yeah, it's like I said in the video, like the most rewarding thing after all that time, like hand chopping all the bits off and sanding it all down and that, getting the finish on and seeing the grain in the sunshine. Yeah, it's yeah, it's something to be proud of, definitely, and worth chucking a bit of extra money on getting some decent wood. Yeah. So yeah, birdhouse complete. Thanks for watching, friends, and we'll see what's next. Awesome. Catch you later.